Nestled between the coasts of France and Spain, lies the infamous Bay of Biscay.
To the untrained eye, it looks like a gateway to Europe.
But for centuries, sailors have known it by another name, the Valley of Death. Ships leave the safety of the harbor, unaware of the beast waiting in the deep.
The danger here isn't just the wind, it lies beneath the surface.
Weather in Biscay changes not in hours, but in minutes.
Modern technology predicts the storms, but it cannot tame them.
From the rugged Spanish coast to the French shores, there is no place to hide.
Even the birds struggle to fly when the Biscay winds begin to howl.
This is the story of the world's most dangerous stretch of water.
The secret of its violence is a geological trap, the continental shelf. Massive Atlantic swells travel thousands of miles undisturbed in deep water. But here, the depth shoots from 4,000 meters to just 200 meters instantly. The energy has nowhere to go but up, creating chaotic, vertical walls of water.
Unlike normal waves, these waters move in unpredictable, confused patterns.
Sailors call it confused seas. A ship can be hit from port and starboard simultaneously.
The shallow bottom amplifies the power of every single Atlantic storm. The concave shape of the coastline traps the swell, forcing it to rotate.
Physics turns liquid water into a hammer that can crush steel.
In Biscay, the horizon is rarely a straight line.
In winter, deep low-pressure systems get trapped in this bay.
The gales are relentless, bringing rain that feels like bullets.
Winds here frequently reach hurricane force, exceeding 100 kilometers per hour.
When the gale meets the shallow shelf, the result is catastrophic.
For the South Asian crew inside, the world becomes a washing machine of chaos.
Thunderstorms add a terrifying light show to the physical battering.
Even walking on deck becomes a life or death struggle.
The sea spray is so thick, you can't tell where the ocean ends and the sky begins.
And hidden within the storm are the monsters, rogue waves.
These storms test the limit of naval engineering.
Biscay is a breeding ground for the mythical rogue wave.
Suddenly, a wall of water 20 meters high appears out of nowhere. These waves don't just wash over ships, they smash them.
Windows shatter, electronics fail, and panic sets in.
Even modern supertankers are dwarfed by the sheer scale of the swell.
Oceanographers call them statistical anomalies. Sailors call them monsters.
History is filled with ships that vanished without a distress signal.
On cruise ships, luxury turns to terror in seconds.
It is a rhythmic, nauseating violence that never ends.
The unpredictability creates a violent, jerky motion unlike anywhere else.
Biscay is one of the busiest shipping lanes in the world.
But the violent rolling puts immense strain on the cargo lashings.
Thousands of containers have been lost to these waters.
Floating containers become mines for other ships navigating the dark.
Car carriers, with their high sides, act like giant sails in the wind.
Captains face a choice. Take the long way around, or risk the bay.
Fighting these waves burns fuel and destroys engines.
When the propeller leaves the water, the engine races, risking total failure.
A mechanical breakdown here is a sentence to drift at the mercy of the waves.
Standing on the bridge, the isolation is terrifying.
The radar is blinded by the rain and the height of the waves.
You watch the inclinometer tilt 20 degrees, 30 degrees, praying it stops.
Every creak of hull sounds like a scream of metal.
Mayday! The radio is your only link to the world, but static fills the air.
At night, you can't see the waves coming. You only feel the impact.
Discipline is key. One mistake on deck means a man overboard.
Sleep is impossible. The body is constantly fighting gravity.
The simplest tasks, like drinking or eating, become impossible challenges.
Progress is agonizingly slow. Hours feel like days.
During World War II, Biscay was known as the U-boat graveyard.
German submarines had to cross these shallow waters to reach the Atlantic.
Allied planes patrolled the skies, waiting for subs to surface. But often, it was the sea itself that claimed the vessels.
Inside a steel tube, the rolling motion of Biscay was a vomit-inducing torture. British sailors nicknamed this rough passage the Spanish Tickle.
Today, modern navies still use Biscay for extreme weather testing.
It has always been a place where technology battles nature.
The acoustics here are tricky, hiding dangers in the noise of the waves.
Decades pass, but the violence of the water remains exactly the same. Modern cruise ships are floating cities, but Biscay doesn't care.
A holiday cruise can quickly turn into an endurance test. When the swell hits, the stabilizers work overtime to keep the ship upright.
Dinner service becomes a balancing act for the crew.
Viral videos of cruise ship pools sloshing are often filmed right here.
Passengers quickly learn to walk with the Biscay Shuffle.
engineering marvels fight the ocean's brute force.
Yet, on a calm day, the bay is breathtakingly beautiful.
It is rich in marine life, home to whales and dolphins. But never trust the calm. The beast is always sleeping with one eye open.
When disaster strikes, the Coast Guard puts their lives on the line.
Launching a lifeboat in these swells is nearly impossible.
A man overboard in these freezing waters has minutes to live.
Ocean tugs are the unsung heroes, dragging disabled ships away from the cliffs.
The French coast is lined with lighthouses for a reason.
They are the silent guardians, warning of the shallow death traps.
A distress flare is a desperate plea for help in the vast darkness.
Coordination centers in France and Spain watch these waters 24/7.
Making it through the bay is a badge of honor for any sailor.
The relief of seeing calm water again is indescribable.
The Bay of Biscay remains one of nature's most powerful forces. A geological accident that creates a perfect storm.
It is a graveyard for ships and a teacher for sailors.
Humanity builds bigger ships, but the bay builds bigger waves. It is the wild frontier between the Atlantic and the continent. Respect the ocean, and especially respect the Biscay. To cross it is to survive it. Beautiful, wild, and untamable. The legendary gateway of storms. Safe travels to all who venture here.